I live in rural America, so it's kind of built in my DNA to love old barns and barnwood and beautiful natural florals. If you love the look of rustic barnwood and soft watercolor florals, see how I get this look on a tray using Debi's DIY and Iron Orchid Designs products. Let's talk about some of the things that we need for this project. This is a plain wood round that you can get at your big box hardware store. These are barn door or screen door handles, whatever you want to use. I'm also using Debi's DIY Salvation Solution, DIY Liquid Patina, Debi's DIY White Swan. Then I'll get the barnwood look for my tray with IOD barnwood plank stamp and charcoal ink. These wood rounds are pine. Pine knot holes will bleed through any paint. So to prevent bleed through on my tray, I'm going to give it a coat of Debi's DIY Salvation Solution, a primer and stain killer, and then let it dry completely. Whenever you prime or paint raw wood, the moisture will lift the grain and make it feel rough. So before painting and in between coats if necessary, I sand down the roughness to create a smooth finish. I'll paint the tray with Debi's DIY White Swan. It's a very bright white. I use water on the brush or in a mist bottle to smooth the paint so that it glides on easily. Now I'm going to create my transfer image. Using a laser printer, I print the PDF file on a 12 by 18 copy paper. The wreath image will be in two parts. This PDF file is available for you to purchase on our website at ellenjgoods.com. The link is in the description below. I'll cut the images to create the two halves of the wreath so that they join together.
It's the fire in the rain. It's the smile within the pain.
Line up the wreath halves and then secure them with just a couple of pieces of tape. We're going to remove this tape in the next step. Position the wreath on the tray and crease along the outside edge of the tray to create a cut line. Then trim away the excess.
It's the figure on the wall. So many times I hear the call. It's the silence of the room.
Now I'll also trim away any little bits that are necessary to assure that my two halves are lined up correctly and not overlapping. Then flip the image over and tape securely on the back side. Remember, we're going to be transferring this image onto the board, so we want image side down. Then flip it over again and remove the two pieces of tape that we originally placed on the front side of the image. Debi's DIY Clear Liquid Patina can be used as a decoupage and transfer medium. Because we are transferring the printed image onto the board, we will be applying the liquid patina to the printed side of the wreath image. I also apply a generous amount to the painted tray. Apply the image face down, wet side of image to the wet surface, and smooth it in place. I use a credit card to gently but firmly adhere the image and smooth out any bubbles and excess liquid patina. Now, let the image dry completely. This is the fun part. Take it slow, take it easy, and start to remove the paper layers. Wet the paper with a dampened sponge or a spray bottle. It will soften the layers of paper so that you can easily remove them with a cloth, a sponge, or even your fingers. Work slowly and gently until only the image remains.
Baby, to a place where the sun
find that a bit of the image will come off here and there because it wasn't completely adhered. That's okay. It only adds to the rustic nature of our project. As the transferred image begins to dry, you may notice a haze over the surface, which is the final layer of paper that's remaining. Gently remove this final layer with your fingers or with the palm of your hand. If necessary, you can dampen a cloth and re-wet the area to help remove any of the excess paper. Then brush away the crumbs and let this dry completely. I'm using IOD charcoal permanent ink to apply my Barnwood image stamp. Ink the stamp, I use a very light touch and gently transfer the stamp onto the tray. I want to try to stamp only in the areas around the wreath. I try to apply with a very soft touch. I'm not concerned if I don't get a complete stamped image.
On the wall.
If ink gets onto the floral image, I can easily take it away with a baby wipe.
It's the silence of the room. The way you turn before.
Another trick that I use to soften the look of the inked image is to let it dry part way and then wipe over it with a baby wipe to remove excess ink. Test this in a small area first to see how long you need to let it dry so that you can wipe away the ink without it smudging. Then continue to apply the Barnwood stamps randomly in any pattern that you desire.
Don't know where I should begin.
Continue to remove any excess ink from your project until you get the look that you desire. You can also add a few knot holes here and there. Just remember that less is more. A girl with a power tool. Now add those handles. With a final coat of Debi's DIY Big Top, our tray is complete. It's got the look of rustic barnwood and watercolor florals, and it's perfect for a summer table. You can find all of the Debi's DIY and IOD supplies that I used, along with the PDF file for the floral wreath on our website at ellenjgoods.com. For more DIY tutorials, please subscribe and follow us on YouTube and Facebook, following the links below.